Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explorer, we're going to explore some Eldrazi's. What with the upcoming release for Modern Horizons 3, I know it's not an Explorer, but you know, I don't know why they make Modern Horizon. They don't make a Explorer Horizon because everyone will hate that, but everyone's talking about the new Eldrazi's. So we're going to revisit the Eldrazi, the only ones that are legal in Explorer or Pioneer, which are Ulamog and Kozilek. So how do we get these into play? Well, we're gonna play a deck that places ramp in red. Kind of weird, right? So the Cleansing Wildfire destroys target land. Its controller searches a basic land from their deck and put it into play, and then draws a card, and then you draw a card. So it's technically a LD, but not really an LD because your opponent can search for a basic. What if we target ourselves? What if we target ourselves targeting an indestructible land like the Cascading Cataract or the Darksteel Citadel? So if we target an indestructible land, we don't lose our land, but we get to search for a land, ramp a land. We also get to draw a card. Imagine if Rampant Growth comes with card draw. That's how good this card can be if you make your deck that way. So that's what this deck does. We try to turn 2 Cleansing Wildfire, and then turn 3 we will have 4 mana, which we can use to play Irencrag Feat from that point on. Irencrag Feat adds 7 mana to the mana pool, but only allows us to play 1 more spell that turn. Well, you know, we have a very heavy mana cost card, so playing just 1 more is something we can accept. So we have cards like Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, the big Ulamog and Kozilek Eldrazi's. We also have Portal to Phyrexia and Skitterbing Battalion as potential high mana value cards to play. So there's a lot of things we can play even with just 1 more card once we cast Irencrag's Feat. So that's what this deck is built around. So the main theme of the deck, the main purpose of the deck is to be able to do what I just said, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 kind of, or not turn 1, but turn 2 Cleansing Wildfire. Turn 3 we'll have 4 mana to play maybe Irencrag Feat, maybe Thought-Knot Seer, and turn 5 we would have maybe 4 mana to play, or 5 mana, turn 5 to play Irencrag Feat. So that means that of the 4 mana that we use for Irencrag Feat, we will add 7. So then with the extra mana, we'll have 8 to play cards like Ugin the Spirit Dragon, right? So that's the idea of how we're able to, you know, combo off pretty early in the game. But, oh, have I got a new tech for you. So today, the only opponents that I've faced are, let's see, we faced the Waste Not decks. We have faced the Rakdos Vampire. We have faced just Mono Black. Well, we faced Waste Not. We also have faced Mono Black Value. And I faced Mono Red Burn. So what do all those decks have in common? They target your face. Well, Leyline of Sanctity stops that. Leyline of Sanctity basically allows us to prevent our opponent from targeting us, and it is an enchantment that we can play for free if we draw it on the main or on the upkeep. So the idea, or not on the upkeep, on our turn 0, right? So the idea is that we want to land Leyline on turn 0 if we can, and stops half of those decks from just doing anything, or not half of those decks. Stop those decks from half of their cards doing anything. So that's why Leyline of Sanctity is in the deck. Even though we don't have white mana, this is still good. And if we draw it later on and we don't have white mana, don't worry. Cascading Cataracts says that we can add 5 mana of any combination of colors. So we can just add white to play Leyline of Sanctity anyway later on in the game if we really, really want to. So that's what this whole deck does. So in the early game, we got 4 Cleansing Wildfire and 1 Shatterskull Smashing. This is just a land, so I'm going to put this here as MDFC. Right, so in the early game, we really just want to land a Cleansing Wildfire. Then, later on, we want to have 2 Brotherhood's End for board wipes, 4 Matter Reshaper for potentially ramping us some more, and then 3 Durant Spiders to give us the Power Stone to help us ramp some more. Then in the 4-drop, Leyline Sanctity is not really a 4-drop, this is a 0-drop that we want to play for free. Then we have 4, you gotta have 4 Irencrag Feat. This card is necessary to ramp out to the bigger cards. So we have 4 of this in the deck, and we have a lot of red mana to get there, especially with Cleansing Wildfire. It searches for a mountain, so we can get there very much quicker. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Much quicker. And then we also have 4 Thought-Knot Seer. We're not black, but this is a fake Thoughtseizes. We take a card from their hand, and then they can draw a card when Thought-Knot Seer leaves the battlefield, but that's fine, right? That's going to take a lot of time for that to happen. Turn 5, we have, or for 5 CMC, we have Forsaken Monument. This card makes all of our colorless mana actually add 2. We have a lot of colorless mana. Cascading Cataract, Cavern of Souls, Darksteel Citadel, and 1 Scavenger Grounds. They're all adding colorless mana, which means 2. And then also whenever we play a colorless spell, we gain 2 life. Also, our colorless creature gets +2/+2. Don't forget, if you cast the non-prototype side, where is it? Non-prototype side of Skitterbing Battalion, those are colorless 4/4s. And that becomes a colorless 6/6 Trample Haste. That's a lot. Right, so then the actual things that we want to cast, 1 Ugin Ineffable, that way all of our colorless spells cost less. 1 Ugin Spirit Dragon, 3 Skitterbing Battalion, because that is a good combo finisher. We have 1 Portal to Phyrexia, just in case you wanted to reanimate something. 2 Kozilek, and then 1 Ulamog. Now, I have been thinking about it after all the games today. I might want to cut a portal and add in an extra Ugin, but that's something that you can also choose for yourself. For the land base, we have 24 lands and 1 MDFC, so 25 lands total. Outside of the Shadow Skull, that's the 1 MDFC. We have 2 Den of the Bugbear, 10 Mountains, 1 Sokazin, 4 Cascading Cataract, 2 Cavern of Souls, 4 Darksteel Citadel, and 1 Scavenger Ground. Scavenger Ground is going to be very good against graveyard synergy decks like your Abzan, what is that called again? The Abzan Greasefang deck. And then Cavern of Souls is, of course, very good against counterspell control decks. Want to land our Eldrazi's? Just name Eldrazi. Want to land your Construct? Just name Construct. Eldrazi is also very good because Matter Reshaper and Thought-Knot Seer are all Eldrazi's. Now, in some early version of the deck, I also tried to run 2 Bone Crusher Giants. But they're not actually as good as Brotherhood's End, so I've cut those out for Brotherhood's End. And you'll see that in the games, right? Neither of those are really that impactful because what we really want to do is just hit our place rather than worry about our opponent's place. But the problem is we always go second, and it's very difficult to not worry about your opponent's play when you're going second. Well, I talked a lot about the deck. Let's go into the games. All right, our opponent is Dissection. Does that mean he's dissected or he's trying to dissect his opponent? Well, we got a little ramp, but opponent goes first. Irencrag might work, but unless they're black, if they're black, I'm just kind of screwed. They are black. Alright, I am just kind of screwed. I'm red. Top deck a mountain. Didn't Thoughtseize me turn 1. Probably Thoughtseize me turn 2. Black, red. Harvester. Alright. Our opponent's playing top tier decks because he doesn't like to have fun. You get a land. Den. Not good enough. If I get a turn, or if I get a 3-drop next turn, it might be, but... Oh. Well, never mind.
Blood was my beginning, and it will be your end.
Does he just have it? Goes first, turn 3, Vein Ripper. Yeah.
Many warriors.
Am I dead, though? Not 100% dead, right? Alright, let's get a Reshaper out. Disgusting. I mean, this is what happened when you try to play in an arena. People just play top tier decks. And they get the best draws, it feels like. They're gonna kill my Reshaper? Yo, why would you do that? I'll do it. Here's a Bone Crusher Giant. Got a Fatal Push it. Alright, take another 2. Then I take 7, I go down to 4. Yep, down to 4. Do they have another play? Oh, it's just a land. Okay. So, he can attack with a Hive, and I'm at 4, right? This minus is 6. Well, Irencrag, I got 7 mana.
Fragile and fleeting. Cherish.
Gone.
Always return.
Now I gotta fight the Hive.
Undone.
Just needs an untap land and a Hive attack. Fable. Okay, not a Hive attack, but Fable is still scary, right? He gets a lot of value of... Huh. 2 less, exile the top card, make a... So, first of all, 3 damage to this. Seems like there's a stick.
Consider this a warning.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I can definitely Ugin. 1 or more color. I can destroy his Fable. Yeah.
My presence
No Fable for you. No card draws. Now you figure out what you want to do with your next turn. Aha! Double Ugins here to help his brother Eldrazi. Oh, those are 2 1/1s. Probably gonna kill Ugin and then kill me? I don't know. Attack me? I mean, attacking me puts Hive on lethal, right? So he might want to do that. But he also might want to put the Ineffable lower. Not the Ineffable, the Spirit. Oh. Okay, yeah, it was attacking me. That makes sense. Get the Matter Reshaper. Doesn't seem like he has another land.
Flames burn beyond perception.
Does this come into play tapped? Tapped and attacking. So not quite there. I have a lot of lands. If he draws an untapped land, I just die, right? I drew a lot of lands in his deck. Another Sorin. Alright.
I bound to nothing beyond my own obligations. This is but a
Death Touch,
taste
Lifelink.
of my power.
Sure, if you want to attack, I'll block it. He does attack. That's weird. I mean, I was definitely going to block regardless, so I don't know why you would do that. Now you don't have a blocker for your Sorin, and we'll put this into play. Now this can help him turn on the Hive, which is scary. Ah, okay. Good thing I drew this right on time. Have your land. Another Cleansing Wildfire is good. I can have the Duran Spider attack Sorin, or I can have the Den attack Sorin. I'll use -3. That is a good question, right? I kind of do want to draw another card then, if I'm not turning on the Den.
Ignore my draconic talents.
We kill that.
These childish games bore me.
Blow my Cataract. Draws me a card. I get a Monument. Monument's good. Alright, let's play the Citadel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's exactly 5. So I tap out, I'm at 3, and he can kill me for 3. I mean, yeah, if he does it, right? Otherwise, I have a Den to block. I guess there's that. Next turn, I can't -10. Alright, so that's not a 3 damage lethal on his hand. When it enters, draw a card and lose 1 life. Now he can Blood Token. Now every time I play a colorless spell, I gain a life. Thoughtseize. Didn't want to use his Thoughtseize? Another Den. That's not very good. I don't have a card draw anywhere. So I can use the Spider. First, 3 damage on your Harvester. Then I can use the Spider. Is there a colorless spell I can play this turn? Actually, Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It only costs 1 mana. I thought it was highlighting all of them. That's... Okay, I can't cast that. Of all the cards, right? Let's get another Den down. Now I have a Den to block and a Duran Spider to block. He's got 1 draw. Well, actually, he's got 3 draws, but 1 card overall. I don't know if 1 card can deal 3 damage at haste speed with the amount of mana he has. He doesn't, the Portal for Exit gets him. Now, where are my Eldrazi's? Oh, you drew a land. It's a good land, but it's still a land. It's not winning with that. No attacks, of course. Alright, this Forsaken Monument's not as good because... Oh, you know, I can't use it for anything. This, on the other hand, Portal of Phyrexia, gains me 2 life. It makes him sack his 1 creature. Cool. 3 to your face. I'm at 5, which is not out of the woods, but a little bit better. I want to hold up a blocker for the time being. Also, I don't want to just get my Den to get killed, so... It's going to blood out his last card. That was a land. Okay. I just quit. I'm at 5. I got like no cards here, boys. I guess the Ugin's gonna pop off next turn with the ult, so good time to quit. Alright, our opponent's Intimacy Jail. Ew. I don't even know if I want to go anywhere near this opponent. Alright, we get to go first. We got land to ramp. Maybe. Let's see if we get more ramp, right? So right now it's 4. 4 mana ramp, which is not good enough. An extra mana will give us 5 mana ramp, and that's where it gets turned on. What? Don't know what that is, but if they're aggro, I think we can handle it. If they're control, we're gonna be screwed. Against blue, this deck is really not going to work. I don't have Cavern. Oh, okay, so they are aggro. X less to cast, a total mana value of non-creature artifacts. That's interesting. Alright, let's Cleansing Wildfire first. I draw a card. It's not that good of a card. Next turn I have 6 mana, which is not anything. Right? No, yeah, next turn I can't do anything, but the turn after is where I get to do stuff. That's a little bit longer than I like. So if I had drawn Matter Reshaper this turn, I might have not ramped, but did not. It was a little bit too late. So I definitely need to Monument next turn. That was a move Smitty. Alright. So he's doing that. I need a Monument this turn, so there's no question about it. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 mana next turn. If I do draw a Darksteel Citadel or Cascading Cataract, I would have 10 mana for Kozilek. But, you know, it's neither here nor there. He can also blow up my Monument. It's not out of the realm of possibility for an opponent to blow up a Monument. Fabrication Assembly, or a Foundry. His board's getting really scary. But the point of this deck is that our board should be scarier. Whether or not we can get there, that is the question of the century. What does this actually do? Tap to add an artifact, or a colorless mana. This taps to add a white, so he has enough to play the Colossus. Is this trample? It's not trample. Alright, the feet should get us there, right? This is 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. I can actually use this Ulamog. So, alright, first of all, Mountain. Now, if I'm Ulamogging, This is 7, 8. No, this is right. Right? Yeah, this goes to 10. If I'm Ulamogging, what am I exiling? On graveyard to hand. Alright, let's exile the Colossus. Your Smitty. There's a 12/12 indestructible. I don't have enough, right? An extra mana and I can use Solkenzen, and that will be really good, but not right now. Still big enough board. A scary board, right? Landing on Ulamog. It's not an infinite gyre, but at least he's ceaselessly hungry. We've just turned the corner. He's got a Foundry. Maybe he'll have an Ossification or something to stop the Ulamog. Not sure. I mean, all we are indestructible. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, the choices last turn was to play between Ulamog or Kozilek. The board was getting too scary, so I have to kill the 10/10 on board. That's why I chose the Ulamog. And now I can Kozilek. And now our Titans are gonna get him. I don't know, maybe he has a counterspell. The good thing about the Eldrazi's are they're on cast, right? So as soon as I cast this, I draw 7 cards. Well, up to 7. Up to a hand of 7. That's hard to say. Draw until my hand is 7 cards. He's really thinking about how to fight the Ulamog. He's got 5 mana total maximum for an artifact spell. And maybe he's thinking about how to do it. Let's give him a this. Eh? Alright, cool. So he didn't play anything. Maybe he's hoping for a counterspell. Now we'll land a Solkenzen. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10. This will draw us a buttload of cards. So gain that life first. And then we'll draw 5 cards. And now he can decide whether or not he wants to counter the Kozilek. If he doesn't counter the Kozilek, we'll counter basically everything he plays. So yeah, it would be smart to counter it right now. I have a 3-drop. Does not counter it. I have a 3-drop, a 5-drop, a 2-drop, and a 0-drop. Well, should the Infinite Gyre get in there? I'm at 15. Alright, exile 20. It's an attack trigger. There's no reason not to attack. Alright, 2 more attacks and he's dead. So he wants to do something against the Ulamog for sure. Really? I'll take it. Alright, a 5 and a 6. Not gonna kill me by itself, but he could have something else. That's 11. Again, I don't know what the plan is. I'm at 4, and then yeah, GG. Ha. The Titans got him. All right, our opponent is as a thought 96. We're gonna go first, so that's a pretty good hand to go first on. A little bit of ramp. We get the Ran Spider with a Matter Reshaper. That's not the high one. This is the high one. No, he's not even here. We'll scare him with a mountain. He's mulliganing. Cool zombie spider motif. They're a graveyard deck. Okay, they're not a graveyard deck. You're gonna turn on Thoughtseize me? I swear to God. Yep. You gonna take my Wildfire probably? I don't know. I have 2 3-drops. I don't think he wants to take a 3-drop, so probably the Wildfire. But the Wildfire is just a tiny ramp, right? So yeah, it takes the Ulamog. Okay. I ramp, I draw a card. Everything is working the way it's intended to be. Oh, they are racked though, so they're just freaking that hard. What does this do? Discard a card, and if I did not discard a non-land card, I lose 3 life. I don't need a cavern in this deck. So this is interesting, right? The Duran Spider is not as good as the Matter Reshaper because the Power Stone definitely helps him more than it hurts him. I mean, it's not going to hurt him at all, so... Bone Crusher Giant. I can block that. Alright, how many cards in his graveyard? Just 2. Alright, Thought-Knot Seer you. We'll exile your Shield Grip. This is not trample, right? It's just 4-3. Alright. Not as scary. Okay. GG, I guess, you coward. Didn't want to play the game out just because you didn't draw a land every turn. Jesus. Alright, our opponent is Feedback Inc. I think I played this guy before. He's a cool name, but he was playing Burn before, I think. I could be wrong. I gotta go first with a ramp. Let's try it. Oh, he's playing the oh, not what I expected. Still probably Amalia, but kind of weird, right? Alright, what is he gonna play next turn? Necro Amoeba. I didn't even know that was in standard. Or whatever this is. Explorer, Pioneer. I thought the card was banned. What deck are you actually running? Prize Amalgam. Enter the battlefield if it enters from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, return Prize Amalgam from your graveyard to the battlefield at the beginning. Ooh, that's real good. I guess we'll get rid of that. Did I just start manifesting with Ugin? Does he want to just mill cards? Yeah, he just wanted mill cards. So, I get an Irencrag feat, get Ugin and Ineffable. Might as well, right? 7.
Recklessness and fear are the seeds of disaster.
Oh, I landed a Ugin and just quit? You coward. Doesn't even do anything. Alright, our opponent's gonna be the Juvenensis. Sure, whatever that name is. We gotta go first. We got Leyline, Wildfire, lands we can use. Everything's looking pretty good. If they're mono red, we definitely have something to stop them. So then first, Leyline. Bet you didn't see that coming. Oh, you freaking loser. What a freaking loser. I didn't do anything. I played a land, it dropped the Leyline. Didn't want to play the game because you are terrible at it. Alright, our opponent is Tox. Opponent goes first, as always. Let's keep. I got 3 lander into a Wildfire. It's reasonable enough to keep. Swamp. Oh, it's this deck again. That's fun. I'm gonna cleanse some Wildfire. I don't know how much is gonna matter. Soren's gonna get us. Turn 3 Soren. Here it comes. They always keep a turn 3 Soren. No? Dust Legion Zealot? Not what I expected. Well, if you're not gonna turn 3 Soar at me, I'm gonna turn 3 See You. Not See You. Thought-Knot Seer. I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, what's actually in your hand? Kalitas. Trader of Get. Okay, no more Get for you. Alright, we have something here. Do we land the Skitterbeam Battalion? Just get 3 2/2s on board? Our opponent will have a hard time fighting 3 2/2s. Do they want to kill the Thought-Knot Seer? They do. Discards a card to draw a card. Fair. Mutavault. You want to race? Okay, I guess he wants to race. I don't want to race him. I can definitely play the Skitterbeam, but the Skitterbeam is a little bit better when I have 9 mana, right? I might have 9 mana later with the Irencrag. So let's land a Matter Reshaper. We can block with it. Next turn we get Ugin. Might have been better to play the Duran Spider. Because then turn after that, oh, we can't Ugin anyways. I don't think it matters. There's that sword. Did he draw the freaking vampire? No. Really? You're gonna kill my Thought-Knot Seer? That's a free land whatever I want. Alright, well, can't land that, but still good. So I could destroy their Sorin. Seems fair. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. So this is not enough mana. If I play the Ugin, if I play the Ugin and kill the Sorin, he can just attack the Ugin and I lose it. So I guess I'll play the Skitterbeam just for 3 2/2s. I was almost there, but I didn't get there fast enough, so I have to do it this way. Wait a minute. He's tapped out, right? Yeah, he's tapped out. All-out attack on your Sorin. That kills him. And I am right now at 12. I don't think he can burst 12. It's 3 damage on board. Skitterbeam's pretty good, right? It doesn't go away. These creatures are just in play. Alright, that's gonna wait it out, right? This is 7. Actually, this was 7. I could have played the Irencrag. I could have gotten 4/4s. I was thinking of holding Irencrag for these bigger creatures, but yeah, that was a mistake. Could have gotten 4/4s out of it. Alright, 7, 8, 9. This was 9. Yeah, I could have. And then it could have gotten pumped by the Forsaken Monument as well. Oh man, this is just all awful play. I've been too salty today. They're doing something. Or just rope, you know. When I finally have a good game, our opponent's gonna rope. That seems fair. Seems like everyone is a vampire today. I've faced so many of these vampires. And everyone turned 3 Sorin to drop the Ving Ripper. I don't know how you're supposed to fight that. But not with what I drew, that's for sure. Anyways, our opponent's just gonna rope out their whole turn. That seems fair. Do I even want a Ugin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's kind of tricky, huh? None of these are red mana, so can't really use them for anything. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, I can play a monument. These are not colorless, so they're not going to help too much. Alright, they're just going to rope out the whole turn. That's... After you rope out an entire turn, you should not get this full rope again. I mean, Hearthstone figured this out, what, 7 years ago? Arena still can't... Oh, I mean, Arena has like 3 developers, so I guess it's fair, right? 2 of them are figuring out how to make the shuffler worse, and 1 of them is trying to figure out how to monetize everything so that no one likes this game. It is a 2-to-1 ratio, it doesn't feel like. They're not going to explode? They already had such a long time. Alright, so we already named Construct. Or we already named Eldrazi. Let's name Construct. Now let's name Spider. There, you can't counter this Spider. Take 2. Want some blockers out, but I'm going to attack him for 2 at least. And then they're going to rope out this turn, and then we'll be it. That will be it for the turn. This is my experience today, right? Every opponent's either land the perfect card on curve, or they're so salty that they will just linger. Or, I've also had, I land Leyline, turn 0, and they immediately quit. So, one of these days I'll get a good game in. I want to play Magic. That's the problem, right? You want to play Magic, but nobody wants to play Magic on Arena. Everyone just wants to win. And when you are playing a game just to win, not to enjoy the experience of that game, then you know that the lead designers are doing something wrong. That's unfortunate. Like that, both of these decks have the potential to be fun. But what's not fun is sitting here and watching our opponent just watch the rope burn. And they not explode? They're gonna explode now. There you go. Get out of here, Mac Tokes. Alright, our opponent is Jose Contoro. Red. So yeah, I didn't get it, but if I'm gonna mulligan this hand for sure. But if I get a Leyline and it comes in turn 0, they're just gonna quit. So mulligan. No Leyline. Also not a good hand, so gonna mulligan again. Still no Leyline. Mulligan 4th time, there's a Leyline. Now I gotta put back how many cards? Return 4 cards. Keep and return 4. Oh, return 3, sorry. So do I return a Skitter Beam? The Ugin? And then a Darksteel Citadel. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep some lands. See how this plays out. It's not gonna end well. They're going first. So every card I draw has to be impactful. Good luck with that. I know how my games go. So let's just hope they're holding on to a bunch of Thoughtseizes. Alright, turn 2 Waste-Not. Yeah, that's... You got it. They even have red. Maze Mind Tome. I can ramp a little, I guess. Why? Why did you have to do that in response? Do you have a stroke or something? Bottom deck for some reason, alright. I play it, I draw a card, it happens to be another land, so I can play it. Alright, next turn I can play a drop if I had an A-drop, but I don't. Can you imagine if I win with this mold of 4? Double Waste-Not? Yeah. You're very good at this. Den of the Bugbear. Tap land. Can't attack with the Den, of course, because then he'll just kill it. Name's black. Seems fair. Thought-Knot Seer. Oh, how the turns have tabled. Alright, show me your hand. You want to draw a card first? That's not smart. That's the opposite of smart, because now I get to see what that card is. It's 3 lands and a Fatal Push, huh? Well, pretty obvious what I'm going to take. Cascade. Fable? Fable's pretty good. I can stop that Fable. So, how many mana is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugin. Do the -3. You want to draw your last card? You got it. Draw that card in response. Try to counter my Ugin. There goes your board. Now what? Wow. On a mill to 4. Just the Leyline of Sanctity, man. Also, their hand was terrible. So yeah, we got that going. Alright, we beat a Waste Knot. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I fought a Waste Knot today, and they always have turn 2 Waste Knot, turn 3 Waste Knot on a go first. I mean, I've never do that on my Waste Knot decks. Just to say how salty I am. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen those games, how did you feel about this deck? There are a lot of fine-tuning I do think I need to make of this deck. I don't think I'll ever take out Leyline Binding just because it's so good in Explorer. I might actually run 4. It's Leyline, or not Leyline Binding, Leyline of Sanctity. It's so important to have Leyline of Sanctity. I also think I might cut 1 or 2 Mountain and run the MDFC that was the 1 mana. What is that one card called? Deal 1 damage. Spikefield Hazard, I believe. Right, I think. Yeah, Spikefield Hazard. I might want to run some of this because I feel like in some games I was missing lands, and in other games I wish my lands were able to do something. Don't forget your Cleansing Wildfire is supposed to fetch only mountains, so you don't want to cut too many mountains, otherwise you're not going to be able to fetch those. So yeah, maybe cut 2 and then add in Spikefield Hazards and try to filter around. All of these cards are good. The Duran Spider is really important, so I don't think I can cut a Duran Spider because I really want to cast these early. And then I do think Portal Phyrexia can go. I do think Portal Phyrexia can be replaced by Ugin the Spirit Dragon, even though Duran Spider's Power Stone help us cast colorless mana. I do think that in those scenarios, it's more important to be able to cast Ugin for that board wipe. So I might actually go up in a number of Ugins. I might actually cut it Ineffable, maybe, I'm not sure, but just run more Ugins. Ugin is just so good, right? And if we can stick a Ugin early game, our opponent really can't stop us if they're aggro, because this will just wipe their board and continuously deal 3 damage. If our opponents control, we're not really worried about Ugin. We can just wait for Cavern to help us cast the Eldrazi's. That's kind of the idea of this deck, and I do think it's there's a pretty fun deck there that still needs to be fleshed out. I found this deck in one of the MTG Go Fish games where they were playing an opponent that was playing something like this that I really want to try out. So I tried to craft this myself. There's probably something missing here, but I think the heart of the deck is on the Irencrag feet. Well, actually with the Cleansing Wildfire into the Irencrag fleet into one of these Eldrazi's. Everything else is kind of a side shell to help build this core of the deck. So try it out yourself. I do think it's very fun, and if you find a better version, please let me know. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.